This is Fam Electric Ghost, and we're going to talk today about a brand new project that we've got for 2023. Now, what's out right now is we've got our album Peg Forever. And Peg Forever is an album that's on all streaming platforms, and you can check it out. Before we get into that, though, we're going to talk about Newsly. And Newsly is an iOS app that allows you to search for topics and for to get actual alerts. For like, I like to get news alerts, and our podcast is actually on Newsly. So what they do is they take a video podcast and convert it to audio. They take news articles and actually read them in English, and you're able to hear. So you can stop scrolling and start listening. So use coupon code GHOST and you get 1 month free premium subscription. So check out Newsly so you can listen to Newsly. You can check it out. We encourage everybody to do that. So listen on Newsly. Go to your iOS store and check it out. And use coupon code GHOST, and we'll talk about it again. The other thing we want to tell people is if you're a podcaster and you want to get paying guests on your podcast, check out podmatch.com. Use the sign up and Fam Electric Ghost here, and you can get side income paying guest on your podcast. So I'm going to talk about Trash Wave, and we've got a couple of songs. We got songs that we created for this next project. So a lot of times what we do with our music is we actually go and we create videos. So this song we're going to play now is an interesting song title for the next project, Trash Wave. We'll kind of get into what it is, but it is our next album. It's scheduled to come out in 2023. And what's cool about Trash Wave, well, it's a combination of punk and new wave. And this song here is a very interesting song I did on a Kai Force called Synesthesia See Stars a Lot. So without further ado, and again, the Synesthesia See Stars a Lot, a video we created, and we're going to play it right now.
Heart plugged all the way in. The necklace tapped into all the way in. The 6-inch heels in the headliner back to their car. Because you took it night hard. You took 9 hard in the headliner. 6-inch heels, the headliner back to your car. Necklace, ink tattoo. All I wanna make it go loose. And night is hard and heart plugged in. Make me sit. The ink necklace tattoo to make me wanna get 9 inches deeper into you. The 6 inches heels dig in the headliner. You make me want to stand in the backseat. You wanna put it in. The ink necklace tattoo make me wanna do LEWD. 6 inches into the tap, darling. Make me wanna splash back into the ink tattoo. It make me wanna crash into climax wave. Heart plugged in to get me to be your slave. A hot tattoo, a necklace, you're making me reckless. A heart tattoo, 6 inches in the headliner, won't make me a sin. 6 inches healed in, dig the nails in. Heart plugged all the way in. The ink tattoo makes me wanna sin. Heart plugged all the way in. The ink necklace make me wanna put it in. Heart tattoo plugged all the way in. The ink necklace make me wanna sin. 9 inches in. just searching here on the headline what we wanna put it in. You know, romance ain't no sin with the six at the head, the back of the Bentley, then the back of Maybach, and wanna put it in. The ink necklace will make me wanna sin. The six in here will make me wanna put it in. The ink necklace will make me wanna put it in. The six letters in the headline again. In the back of the Maybach doing it what you want, don't want stop. In the back of the Maybach doing it cause you don't want to stop. In the back of the Maybach doing it cause you don't want to stop. Heart plugged in, they know that there's a car. Heart plugged in, it'll make me wanna put it in. The heart plug ink make me wanna send. The heart plug ink make me wanna send. Plug all the way in. Yeah, and sick as yours if you're erupting that headline again. Heart tattoo make me wanna send. You're so inked and then you wanna do it again.
So that is Sam Electric Ghost. And that's the end of the song, and that's Anesthesia Sees Stars a Lot. And that's the use of the amazing Roland JD08, which is an awesome boutique synth. And so then we're talking about Trash Wave, and Trash Wave, the next Phantom Electric Ghost record, is going to come out in 2023. Current record is Peg Forever. And again, we encourage people to check out Newsly. This podcast will be on Newsly. You can listen on Newsly. Again, that's a really cool thing. You can start scrolling and stop scrolling, and start listening. So check that out. So the next thing we're going to talk about, we'll put one of our Ghost logos up, which we love the Ghost. So that's everything that we're about. So Phantom Electric Ghost is my vehicle for all things electronic music and what I call expansive sound. Our current album is a mixture of freeform jazz and rock and industrial. Well, this album is got a lot of different styles. Yeah. And one of the next songs we're going to bring up is called Feelings Displaced, which we like a lot. So we're gonna bring that up. And these are previews for the next album. So we're kind of throwing them out of nowhere, just kind of doing this today. Just to see, what the reaction is and to check it out. Because we like to talk about, we haven't had one of these things where we talk about our own music for a while. So we're actually going to go and talk about Feelings Displaced. We're actually going to put it up. So let's bring up Feelings Displaced. Wait a second. Hold it. Hold it, Phantom. We want to play this song. So this song was done with our other workflow. The other song was done on an Akai Force, which is an awesome DAW-less tool. This song was done with an R20 from Zoom and a Moog DFAM, which is a drummer for another mother. And it has a totally different feel, and it's more of the kind of new wave industrial type of thing that we like with the kind of a punk feel. But it's got a piano aspect to it, so it's kind of like songs from Peg Forever. It could have been on Peg Forever, but we're going to put this up. And we do our own video, so let's go into Feelings Displaced.
Rage, feelings displaced, and you know the girl's just another pretty face. Rage, girl's another pretty face. You got those feelings very much displaced. Feel like you've been waiting.
So we're back, and that was another song from the first album from 2023 called Trash Wave. That song is called Feelings Displaced. So again, we like to talk about one of our sponsors. Check out Newsly. You can watch the podcast or listen to the podcast. So stop scrolling and start listening. Use coupon code GHOST, and you get 1 month free premium subscription. So you can listen and stop scrolling. And we're on Newsly. So the next song we're going to get into from this album is going to be one I really, really like. It's called Come On Dream, which I put together, and you'll hear it. It's this I sometimes I come up with these things, and I just do a lot of stream of consciousness recording, and I just found a groove, and I really feel like it comes from the universe. I've talked about this with other artists I talk to on my podcast. So every week I talk to artists from around the world when I'm not just talking about ghost music. And today we're talking about Phantom Electric Ghost music for 2023. There is an album today you can get in all the stores. It's called Peg Forever. We do encourage everybody to check out Peg Forever, but we're going to get into the next song we want to present today. We're going to get to, like I said, Come On Dream, and so we're going to bring it up. I think it's going to start playing, and I'm going to go.
To the dream, I wanna get it, and I want it. Up to the dream, I wanna get it, and I gonna. Up to the dream, I wanna get it, and I gonna. I drink it down like a birthday gin. I lay it down with the best friend in. Up to the brim, I wanna lay it down and I want it. Up to the brim, I'm gonna drink it down, I gotta. Yeah, laying with a friend in the skin. In the outfit, I'm laying with the best friend. I don't know when I'll see her again, but I'm gonna. And again, we'll do it again. I'm gonna. Again, I'll see her again. I'm gonna. And it's leaving outfit. If you're in here, out in the cold, your heart don't matter. And you know it's malicious intent, it's on the way. Malicious intent is always the best friend. Again, take it to the brim, and I want it. And again, do it again, but I'm gonna. In and out fans with malicious intent. In and out fans with the fluent on the wind. Malicious intent, malicious intent. Malicious friend, malicious intent. Yeah, they got that flowing on the way. Then again, it's up to them, and I want it. again with a listless intent and funny. Doing it again with a listless intent. And the God that love is flowing on the wind. And doing it again because they want it. Got the floor on the wind and they know that they're flying. And my dear friend, big friend, I put it to 11 on the Marshalls again. And my big friend, could put it in. Yeah, my deep family, gonna put it in. And a malicious intent on the wind. And no one's a friend. And yeah, I'm malicious intent again. It's hard to know if you're ever gonna love again. Yeah, you'll be fam, let it in. Yeah, put it in. Yeah, you fam, let's just intent. The fluid influence on the wind. Fam, put it in. The fam, slam it in. The fam, put it in. I say plug all the way in. Cause a plug it ain't no sin. And a fountain that comes out again. The fruit of love's on the wind. And the heart-shaped plug in. And the fluid is on the wind. The heart-shaped plug, put it all the way in. And darling, don't love me.
So that was another song from the forthcoming 2023 album, Trash Wave. And we really dig that song a lot. That was kind of like, we knew that's like the sound of Trash Wave. And what we're trying to do with Trash Wave is a combination of punk and new wave. And what we tried to do there was use the fantastic Moog analog drum machine called the Drummer from Another Mother, otherwise known as the D-Fam. And one of the stories behind that is like Moog came back into modular Moogs. They had been in that business back in the late 60s and 70s. Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer used the Emerson Moogs and the Model 3s, Model 50s, Model 30s. They were massive machines. Behind you behind me, you'll see those are my modular modes. You see the wires on them. Those are a lot smaller than what the original, like Keith Emerson ones are. The one on top is called a Mother 32. The one on bottom is called a drummer from another mother of the D fam. That's the machine that made that beat. And then the guitar came from a really cool Roland, a Juno called the Juno GI. And the Juno GI, what's unique about the GI is it has Boss effect pedals built in. And what people might not realize is Roland and Boss are the same company. Boss is a division of Roland. And Roland from the beginning was involved with effects. They built all kinds of effect pedals in that business. A lot of stomp boxes. They made this famous Space Echo from the 70s, which people still use. Tons of distortion and phasers and all kinds of pedals. And they built into the Juno 106 a famous stereo chorus, which is used to this day by tons of synthwave bands, including modern bands like Churches, use the Juno 106 or Juno 60s. They had this stereo chorus built into the chain. So the GI, what's cool about the Roland Juno GI is it's got tons of distortion pedals and phaser pedals built in. So all that guitar was actually being done on my keyboard, which you can kind of see it here. You can in my bedroom studio, which is a little messy, but you can. It's a bigger board down there. You can see it. And that's a Juno, and we actually use the Juno for the guitar. And I actually hand play the chords and leads and everything with that, with a bunch of stomp boxes built into it, and use the Mother 32 to give it a cool analog signal. So that's like part of the secret sauce about how I record stuff. I actually do play this stuff. It's not sampled. Those are actually me. I'm actually playing that guitar line on a keyboard, which is part of my kind of secret sauce. And again, you can listen to us on Newsly. Check that out. Use coupon code GHOST and get 1 month free premium subscription. So the next song we're going to try to get into, I think might be the last song we're going to do today from Trash Waves. This is a big album again. It's got a lot of songs. You got to figure out if we make it 4 hours long or not. The next song we came up with is one called Neon Synesthetic or Nina Synesthetic. It's a pretty cool song. We're going to get into it right now.
Nina Synesthetic, and I'm with another vertigo. Nina Synesthetic, and I'm pathetic, and I wanna be her home. I don't wanna put anything on my nose. I just wanna rip all of the pantyhose. Nina Synesthetic, and the Nina Synesthetic, and I just slipped off a pantyhose. Synesthetic, cause I'm pathetic, cause I know where I want my tongue to go. Nina Synesthetic, and I'm pathetic, and I know where I want my tongue to go. Yeah, deep where the sun don't shine, and deeper into every fire hole. And she just slipped me, the thing is so fine. And she slipped it to me, and all now I'm gonna do is 59. Nina Synesthetic, and you know I can't be high. I gotta feel everything in front of this girl, and when she's gonna touch mine. Nina Synesthetic, and you're gonna get it wet every time. Nina Synesthetic, and I'm pathetic, cause I know what I want and it's not right. And I don't wanna be stand in line. And she's so damn fine. With the red hair following me all night. And I know it's gonna catch light. Knit says static and I know it's not the one. Slipped off her panties and now I'm gonna give it a 9. Yes, it's static. Yeah, well, you know it's not the one. Yeah, slipped off her panties and she's so ready for the night. This is static and I know it's all mine. And this is static, it's a tough panties, and she's ready for the whole night. She's ready for the whole night. In a deep pink all night, do it at 69. Yeah, she's ready for the whole night. In a deep pink, gonna do it like 1969. It's hysteric and I'm so pathetic, I just wanna take her all night. It's hysteric and you know I'm pathetic, and I want the whole night.
That's the power of Moog. Most of that song is done all with Moogs. A combination of a grandmother, Mother 32, and Moog DFAM. And so, yeah, the DFAM I find to be a fantastic synthesizer. It's a percussive synthesizer. It doesn't have MIDI. It only has 8 steps. Now, what we did with that song is you notice it seems repetitive, but then sometimes the steps change a little bit. It's because I actually drove an LFO into the actual rhythm of the actual velocity going on this thing. So it has an 8-step sequencer. It's an analog sequencer. It's not digital. Can't control it with MIDI. So either run like random voltage into it or run a low frequency oscillator, which drives it with like a square wave or a triangle wave or a sine wave. So I drove a square wave into it, and then I kind of played with the voltage, and it basically caused it to have a little bit different a rhythm. Once in a while it comes through and it does a little change, and you'll hear that change in the song. So it doesn't just do the same thing. It bounces into a different pattern. And that's kind of how that song's done. And then the guitar again is all Juno GI with the Boss Effect pedals built in. But also there's some analog craziness going on with the Moog grandmother and a bass line coming from a Mother 32. And so that's a lot of analog sound. We controlled it with an R20 from Zoom. It's a really cool multi-track that separates the signals. We used a DI box to separate the signals as well coming into the R20, so they would have their own equalization for their different tracks. And we use the Soyuz launcher on our vocal, just using a ZDM1 mic from Zoom, going through a Soyuz launcher, which is an analog preamp on my voice. So that was kind of interesting. And so we're going to play the last song in our presentation for the 23 album, Trash Wave. Now, warning, this song is somewhat explicit. We've been doing some explicit material. So the last song we're doing here is we're going to go into the song called Micro Mini Cruel, Slide It Into You. And you can kind of guess, it's kind of a Prince, Dirty Mind kind of vibe. So those of you are forewarned, you might not like it, but that's where our head was at. So we're going to get into Micro Mini Cruel, Slide It Into You.
When I slide it into you, and that's cool, cruel. 55 and a 28 rule. Yeah, you know what to do. When I slide it into you, and the LED light blue. Yeah, you schoolgirl cruel, the Micro Mini rule. Micro Mini rule's gonna get in when I slide it into you. Ain't no rule, but schoolgirl true, schoolgirl true. And I slide into you. And your best friend too. It's schoolgirl cruel, her ball busting fool. Your ball busting Micro Mini rules. The schoolgirl cruel with the best friend. Yeah, women. Yeah, choking and squirting like a mama that wants to go back to school. Slide into you. Right in front of your best friend, Blue. She said, Blue, why we got so much sticky goo? Schoolgirl cool with your best friend, Blue. Yeah, all kinds of rules from 58 to 22. Yeah, ball busting blue. Midnight on the LED light blue. With the girl with so much sticky goo up and under you. Subsiding it and out of you. Yeah, the best friend full of goo. Hey, you know, it's all over you. Hey, women, mama, you know what's true when you got the sticky goo all over you. over your girlfriend. Yeah, and you never end. Yeah, the Raymond Mama, teabagging rule. Raymond Mama, teabagging rule. Yeah, you know you just got us. Yeah, the 58 and the 22, your ball busting move. Joseph said you're just so damn cruel. Micro-minute with the anal lube. And with the hard plug too. Know you're gonna do it at the Sunday school. Your peg knows what to do. In school girl crew. No, you're just 22, but I know no one's fooling you. Webcam model, ooh. Only fans gonna do it cool. Yeah, hard plug in, and in the both hearts you. Yeah, slide it in cool. Teabagging with your best friend, cool. 28 and a 52. And you know just what to do. I just wanna eat out and rim it on deep till you scream and shout. Yeah, we're a school girl crew. And teabagging blue. Butt bust, ball busting rules. Get it all over you after Sunday school.
So this is Fam Electric Ghost, and this was a preview of our 2023 album called Trash Wave, which is a combination of new wave and punk. I think you've got the feel of it. So that we wanted to do that, and we also wanted to talk about, and again, before we sign off, our partner who helps us push this podcast out, so you can listen on Newsly and check that out. And use coupon code, which we're going to put it up again. Coupon code GHOST, and you can get 1 month free premium subscription. We're going to show that right now. So we're trying to get it up there. Yeah, there it is. So if you use coupon code GHOST, you receive 1 month free premium subscription. So you can stop scrolling and start listening. This podcast will be on Newsly, will be on Spotify video podcast and YouTube shortly. Thank you for listening to Phantom Electric Ghost. We're glad that we have our audience, and we love to make music, and we also talk to artists around the world. One of the other things we're doing is, if you're a podcaster, you might want to check this out, is the tool called podmatch.com. Now, podmatch.com finds you guests, and so we're going to pull this one up here, what they do is we've been using it for the last 2 months. They create a profile for your podcast, and then it creates an algorithm. So you make a description. We do music. We also talk to influencers. We talk to podcasters. We talk to gurus. We talk to shamans. We talk to all kinds of people, artists, you know, actors, film directors. So we put that kind of profile in, and it comes back with a match. Every couple hours, it runs a match, and then sometimes you can go and search for people. And then within the tool, you can pitch to a guest. And when you pitch to that guest, it tells you whether or not they have a commission, which means you're actually going to earn money for having that guest on. It could be one time commission, 2 times commission, up to like 10 I've seen. And then you get paid once a month through PayPal. You set up your PayPal. They have a calendar. They work with Calendly, and you schedule your podcast. You can see the profile of your guest. They have an official photo. They'll have the URL that guest wants you to point to. They'll have their top questions they want to be asked, and they'll have their bio and an official photo, which I think I said. But that gives you a lot of information that normally I had to go and kind of get from the guest. They have all this already in the platform. And also the magic of having a calendar, which I actually have booked out to like December now. So it allows you to schedule your podcast. You can get passive income from commission from artists who actually are paying to be on the podcast. And they still have podcast guests who are free. And you look at them and say, hey, they're still interesting. They have a big reach. It's going to still help my brand. And, in the first month, we got to be number 8 on the platform. And we for a $6 investment, we made $152 in 2 months. So $6 a month or $12 we spent over 2 months, we made $152 back from, previously not getting money from our podcast. It's maybe through influencer campaigns, but now, we're actually getting some passive income, which is always good. You can pay our fees for StreamYard or pay other fees that we have to pay as a podcaster. So that kind of makes us more sustainable. So I think that's something you should check out. So check out Podmatch, and you can see our sign up there. So if you do podmatch.com/sign-up/Phantom Electric you can get into the platform and check it out. It's a really cool thing if you're a podcaster. It's really for, it's for hosts too. I mean, for guests. If you want to get on other podcasts and you're a band and you need to get on podcast, you can put yourself on Podmatch, and then suddenly that's how you get on the podcast. You can kind of make sure that you get on the podcast. And, it's a really cool tool. There's different levels. I haven't been set up as a guest yet. So I'm not sure because I have my own show. I'm doing it as a host. So I'm doing it that way. But if you want to be a guest, you can engage in that and check out what the rates are to actually get, more guaranteed level. There's like a pro membership level where I think you can get more engagement. So you check it out. Podmatch.com/sign-up/Phantom Electric Ghost. And I think you'll be glad if you're a podcaster or you're somebody that wants to guest on a podcast. It's a cool thing to check out. So again, this episode was about the Trash Wave album, which is the next Phantom Electric Ghost album. Our current album, Peg Forever, is out on all streaming services. We've got it everywhere. We're going to put that link up. So you will see the Peg Forever YouTube album playlist. You can get out there and check it out on YouTube. We still get credit if you play it there. It's also on Spotify and Apple and Tidal. We do encourage people to sign up or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to phantomelectricghost.com, scroll down, and hit the subscribe to YouTube button, and then it'll bring you to YouTube, and then you hit it again, and then you're all set. It's very cool if people can do that. That helps us out a lot with monetizing the channel. We'll talk to you later. This is the Phantom Electric Ghost signing off. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to everybody later. Have a good day. Be safe out there.